This is the review for the Ormsby GTR 7 Metal X Brown 16 guitar. First, a disclaimer, I'm not a guitar review channel, so with that said, let's review this vibrator. And another disclaimer, my phone camera has like 15% saturation, so it may be more colourful than it actually is, even though there's almost like barely any difference in my opinion. So, first thing, again, I'm not a guitarist expert, but I do know some basics. I know about fret edges, tone switches, materials used, and sort of know little details as well. I have the specs written down for this and the non-Metal X version just as a comparison, because there is a non-Metal X version of this guitar. So interesting things about this guitar to talk about, as you're probably hearing covers in the background from Rocksmith. It took my interest from the shape and the fact it was 7 strings on multiscale. With this shape, it's very unusual for that. I didn't expect that for a guitar, especially in multiscale. Yeah. The other thing to note is the normal non-Metal X version seems like a copy of the Skirveson's Raptor body and Viper headstock, which I don't mind, but I've got one on custom order I'm gonna get next year at some point when it's finished. So I don't really want to be honest. So that's why I went with the X version. My biggest worry with the X though is the input location and the shape being a bit in the way. So I wanted to see whether this would be a problem, or as I can probably return it. And finally, last thing here, some last point, is there aren't many videos on this guitar that I could see, and the one I did see didn't exactly have the answer to the questions I had, like how it sounded and whether the previous things I talked about are true. So I noticed something big about this guitar, and that's how big the string spacing is, at least in my eye. Compared to my Ormsby sharp guitar, it is wider, so much so I'm actually worried how I'll play it, and it is the perfect string spacing in terms of measurement, going by eye anyway, but this still concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is to do with where I bought this from. They were kind enough to allow me to pay in fee while holding the guitar. However, it wasn't described what condition it was in. The body looks new, but the fretboard doesn't look new. It seems like it's in bad condition to an extent, and I'm not sure if this was new or what. I can't read this. Silence. I noticed not only dust, but small blobs, as if the oil on the fretboard was even. I cleaned it after breaking its string somehow, and it still remained. So it's probably diseased wood or something, would be my guess. I've owned guitars with dark ebony fretboard before, and never had this, ever, even on cheap ones. Luckily using a fretboard cleaner seemed to darken it enough to make it almost invisible. So yeah, I forgot to put this in the script, but I'll talk about this now. Ormsby, get your shit together. I pre-ordered a different guitar before this one, and that was one that I had an interest in. It was a multiscale guitar, only slightly not the true multiscale length, but it was multiscale and it had a humbucker on it, and it was 7 strings, and the same paint job, same sort of top wood, burnt maple, whatever it's called. And when I first put in the pre-order, I didn't get a single email confirming it. Only the receipt from the, I think, PayPal, was it? It's probably PayPal. But that was it. I didn't get any notification, didn't get any updates. It could be a possible issue with my email, because there has been past with not receiving certain emails, especially automated ones. I don't know how to fix this issue because it's always been a problem, but it's annoyed me, so I cancelled my pre-order anyway. And they said it had like it's a pre-order, so it's like a 3-month waiting before it starts manufacturing or something. Either way, it's not great, but I figured I'd put that in there just in case people experience it themselves. I cancelled it and looked for a new guitar instead, and it happened I found one, and it was in the UK, so I bought it. But anyway, back to the actual script. So this guitar feels comfortable sitting on my lap, but does suffer from a slipping issue. That turns out with guitars anyway. But I swear this is the biggest guitar I've ever held in Ebony's life. I did find an issue with downtuning the strings for some reason. It was not wrapped around the tuner properly, so what ended up happening was the string came out. The locking tuning was holding the tuning it had, basically, but it came loose because it was too short, so I needed a new string for that. I'm not sure if this was Ormsby's fault or retailer, but it seems like they cut the string too short. There wasn't no room for tuning at all. Oh, distraction. Great. So as with any guitar, it's subject to imperfections or any aspect of it. On any aspect of it. So it may vary. So it's just normal to find imperfections in like the finishes and fret edges. I didn't find any of the fret edges myself. The only thing is the fretboard, but I forgot to mention the top lottery, as I call it. I wasn't lucky in this. It's quite bad, to be honest, and I think if you're going to buy one of these, make sure the seller has provided actual photos of it up close and inspect that wood, because you might not be as lucky as I am. To describe it, it's like the faintest maple I've ever seen. I forgot what it's called, flame maple. It's to be. But yeah, but I can barely see it, and at this point it's just the paint job that's sticking out. But that's how bad it is. So you might be luckier. And the next thing I want to talk about is actually the specs of each, because I think some people may not know this. And I'll go through both the X version and the normal version. The X version is 7-string multiscale, 25.5 to 27.8 inch multiscale, metal X shape, body is swan pass, the top is flame maple colour veneer, the neck is laminated rock maple and it's a set neck, so that means it's built in rather than screwed on. The neck shape is 19.0 first, and then 21 at 17 revised E shape. Not 100% sure what that means. I think that's like the radius or something. And the fretboard is Ebony. The FRETWIRE is done with stainless steel. Inlay is Z batten blocks. Side dots are granite dark. Hardware colour is black. Bridge is Ormsby proprietary multiscale bridge. MACHINEHEADS are Ormsby locking tuners. Electronics 500k volume, 500k tone with push pull, and a 3-way toggle switch. And the pickups are there's a ceramic bridge humbucker and a Concordia A5 neck humbucker. And its finish is gloss with satin neck. As for the normal version, the Run 16, it's the same multi-scale 25.5 to 27.8. The finish, apparently all models are a gloss finish with satin necks. Some of those in a different order. Took this one side I bought it from, with the X, and then found the other one. The body is mahogany with premium flame maple veneer on top. The neck is Laminated Rock Maple with carbon reinforced rods. The neck shape is 19 again, and 19 for the first, and then 21 to 17 D shape. Fretboard is Ebony. FRETBOARD is chocolate stainless steel. INLAY is cardboard, and then the pattern solid dots are glow in the dark. Hardback colour is black. Bridge and machine heads. Custom bridge and locking tuners. The electronics 500k volume, 500k tone, push pull, and 3-way torque switch again. Pickups are Hot Rock A5 bridge humbucker, and then there's a Della Creme A2 neck humbucker, which is different, and the finish is gloss. So it's almost the same except for the pickups and the shape. But for the sound, I'm going to do two tests. One you likely never heard before, never seen, and the other is a real case music scenario. And I specialise in metal, but I'll try to include clean tones too. First test, and the one likely never seen, is a Rocksmith. I started my guitar journey with it, and I owe my whole music journey to it. I'm here over 10 years later, and music is still a passion of mine. And I'll test some songs I enjoy from D/A standard and below, as this is what the guitar multiscale is designed for, pretty much. Also worth noting, the Rocksmith cable I think has varying quality, so it's not going to be 100%. From what I gathered anyway. I will do a test at some point if I can find a sound interface that works, because that's been my main problem for the moment. So yeah. Right, so here's like a recording section, and obviously you can see the guitar and playing and stuff, and also got this stuff on screen. I'm using different things here. I just got direct input with this EQ, and to make it clear, I'm more experienced at guitar, and I'm going to show different pickup settings, but my favourite one is probably the neck pickup, and you'll see why later. But I think this is the bridge pickup. This is like just clean. I'm not experienced at guitar or anything, so don't expect anything. This would be like both pickups, I think. And this would be the normal. The neck pickup, I think. Yeah, I much prefer the neck pickup. It sounds a lot better, a lot clearer to me. But with tones, I'm not going to do anything specific like that again. I've got the 1111 amp here for EQ, and what's this tone? Heavy. I haven't edited it, I've just put mono stereo on, I think. So this is just stock sound. I'm also using Rocksmith cable again, because I've yet to see proof that it's better than the sound interface. At which point I might consider it, but I don't know how to get it working, because the fucking audio interface doesn't work. Yeah, the ASIO for all is a complete joke. I'm convinced it's like a scam. Yeah, anyway, this tune to drop F I forgot, and drop B, C sharp standard. It's got like a weird sort of setup, it's how I play it usually. This is tapping. See higher up. Without making noise myself. If you like periphery, I can do some of those chords. I do like jazz chords in my music. I'll show a song after this because I have played with this guitar a bit and made a song. It's not anything impressive, but it'll do. Yeah. That's pretty much the tone as the neck pickup. Do the bridge one, just to check. Sounds pretty good to me. I still prefer the neck pickup, that's much clearer. So I'll try the clean chorus tone that I have, which is from a guitar VST, which I used to use a lot, and I don't really use it now, only for colours, but I like the tones that this has. It's pretty decent, and I did use it for like the distortion for a while, but I stopped. But I don't mind it. I think it's good. It'll do in the sort of pinch. But I decided to upgrade to auto sound, so got a better sound with that. Let's see if I can remember playing the clean chorus I just jammed on. I do like the clean chorus sound, it's pretty underrated. My race car sounds very different than C-sharp. That's pretty much guitar stuff, I guess. I don't think there's much else to show other than the song. I'll do that now. I have to delete this because I forget and it'll annoy me. I hope it'll fix it in place. It's not anything special, as I said. It's just a template for the moment because this is my instruments template. I recorded like clean chorus. I did the bass in VST because I didn't have my multiscale bass yet. I do have it now, and I'll do that next. Yeah, here goes. Good to enable the audio, and let's remove that as well. There we go. doing halfway try this. That's what's going on with it. We're still working on the template. I needed to do electronic, need to add a G-sat to that. And acoustic, I think is one. Yeah, acoustics, and then vocals. We do vocals and acoustics, it's what I use in order basically. Yeah, that's the guitar sort of preview. I don't really know what else I could show. Bends I didn't do. I've got it on. I don't know if I had it on. I signed it to a jamming track in the end. The big slides. Yeah, I forgot I have the limiter on, so that sort of stops it. And yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah. I think I'll probably end the review here. With everything tested, I have to say it sounds good. Not great, but this is probably the Rocksmith real tone cable. Also have to say, after having had it for weeks now, while I like how it looks, it does sort of not suit my collection. If you're going for a theme, just beware of the colours and have a spare set of strings and a cleaner just in case. I can recommend this guitar for anyone looking for a great mid-range guitar. Sometimes it isn't about the looks, it's just about the feel and the sound, and this guitar certainly does it for me. It's a keeper for sure. It probably could be replaced in the future, I will say, but it's decent. I do like it. So that's the end of the review.